Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make these adorable custom chip bags. These make super fun birthday party favors, but you can make them for baby showers, special holidays, really any occasion. I'll walk you through step by step on how to create this. If you are new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribed and hit the bell so you don't miss any of my new videos coming out, and let's get into the tutorial. I'm going to be creating my design for this in Creative Fabrica Studio. I've posted another video on here using it. I'll link to that in the description box. If you have Creative Fabrica's All Access membership, then you have access to everything I'm using here. If you don't, then you can try it out for free. I'll leave a link down below for that as well. So I'll click on Start Designing. Then I'm going to select Add New Design. I want it to be 11 inches by 8.5 inches, so I'm going to come over here and switch my unit to inches. Then I'm just going to type in 11 by 8.5. Here you can choose the orientation. I want it horizontal, so I'll hit Create New Design. I'm going to title this Mermaid Chip Bag. Now when I'm creating in here, I want a front cover for the front of the chips, and then I want two sides to wrap around the back, and I also want a top and a bottom border. So trying to line everything up would be really difficult with just a blank page. But over in Creative Fabrica, I actually found a chip bag template, which is amazing. This will make it so much easier. I don't have to create these lines myself. What's really cool is you can download this and bring it into Studio. So I've already downloaded it, and I'll go back over to Studio. I'll click on Uploads. You can see that this file came with the chip bag template, but it also came with the fun little nutrition facts and barcode, so I'll upload those as well. It's showing up black in here, but I think this is the correct one. Now what I'm going to do is bring this right in the center of my page. You can see the dashed line popping up on both sides. Then I'm just going to pull it to the corners. Now I have my template. This will be the front of my chip bag. The two sides are going to be the back, and then we have our upper and bottom border. What I'm going to do first is select my background color. So I'll go over to Background. You can choose from several different backgrounds, and you can even search for a background, but I want it to be a solid color. I want my colors to be kind of blue and purplish colors, so I'm actually going to select this purple and see how that looks. I think it's a little bit too dark, so I'm going to try to make it lighter. Okay, I like that, so I'll click out. Now I want to add my borders, so I'm going to go over to patterns. There's so many fun patterns to choose in here. Some really pretty ones too. Look at these flowers and butterflies. So lots of really fun ones, but I'm going to type in mermaid. And I'm going to choose one of the mermaid scales for my border. I think I'll select this top right one. I'm just going to slide this up to the top. Then I'm going to drag it so it fits inside those dashed black lines. You can see just a little bit of the black dashed line still, but that's okay. I'll be deleting that before we save it. You can double click in here, and if you want a different part of the pattern, you can change it if you want to, but I'm just going to keep the top just like that. Now I need the bottom border, so up here I am just going to select duplicate, then I'll bring it down to the bottom. Now I think I'll go back to my uploads and upload those nutrition facts and the barcode. These are seriously so cute and fun. I'm just going to size this down, and I want to put this on the left side here. For the nutrition facts, I think I want a white background to be able to see it just a little bit better. So I'll go over to my elements, and I'm going to find a square. There's basic shapes here. I'm going to change the color to white. Then I'm going to bring it over here, and on the right side, this is kind of nice because it reminds me of the layers panel in Cricut Design Space. You can just drag it down so it goes behind the nutrition facts. Now I'm just going to make it the same size. Okay, I think that looks great. I might make it just a little bit bigger. I'm going to go to the right and I'll hit shift on my keyboard to select both. You can even group them together, which is really nice. So now what I can do is just drag them all together just to make it a little bit bigger. You can use that little blue dashed line to make sure that they are both centered together. One more thing, when I was looking at the border, I don't know if I love it. I feel like the scales are a little bit too big. So I went in here and I actually found one I liked better. I actually had typed in fish and I'm going to delete them. So I'm just going to switch it out real fast. Okay, I like that a little bit better. Now I'm going to go over to my graphics and find some fun images. What's fun about Studio is you have tons of images to choose from. You have these different elements like the square that I used. You have backgrounds, patterns, and you can even upload your own images. So there's just so many options, and then you can upload whatever you want from Creative Fabrica. When I was playing around with this, I typed in mermaid and found tons and tons of mermaid options, but I was looking for some other things as well, and I had just typed in MER, and I found a lot of other cool things as well, so I am going to grab some pictures from here. I'm going to grab this mermaid. I think I'm going to grab this starfish. I'm going to grab this one too because I'm not sure which one I want to use yet. Then I'm going to type in bubbles. I think I'll try these bubbles. I'm going to move the bubbles in between the nutrition facts and the barcode. Then I'm going to try out both of these here in a second on the other side. But I'm also going to make this mermaid a little bit smaller. I'm trying to decide which starfish I like better. I think I like this one, so I'll delete the other one. Now I want to add some text to this, so I'll click on text. I'll hit add text field. And for my font for this one, I am going to grab Alpha Slab 1. And I am just going to type in Quinn's 6th birthday. That's my daughter's name. She's already had her 6th birthday, but I wanted to give this as an example. I'm going to bring this up here. The spacing is a little bit further than I would like it to be, so you can easily fix that by clicking on this T, and you can just bring it a little bit closer together. Now I want to pick my color. I'm going to click on this black square. And when picking a color, I want it to match with the colors that are already in the other images. And to easily do that, you can click this little dropper and just hover over the image. And that looks really good. I also want to add a border on this, which is really fun. So over here it says border weight. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And I want to pick a color for that. I want it to be kind of a lighter pink. So I'm just going to go in this mermaid and kind of try to find a lighter pink. I think that looks really cute. I might go back and make the line spacing just a little bit further apart. In the text field, there's just so many fun options so you can make it really unique. Now I'm going to grab another text. So I'll click add text field again. In this one, I'm going to type in thanks for making my party a splash. I found this on Pinterest. I don't know who came up with this, but I thought it was super cute. I'm going to bring it over here. And now I'm going to change the font for this one too. I'm going to do Della Gothic one. It looks kind of similar to this font. I'm going to make it smaller. I wanted to match this and make it the same dark pink, and you can easily do that. So what I'll do is click on this font and I'll come up to my dark pink. I'll come down here and I will hit Command C on my keyboard to copy the hex code. Then I'll come back down to my other font and I will just double click in here and hit Command V to paste it. I also want to add a little tiny border weight to this, which I think would be fun. For this one, I think I'm going to make it purple. So we'll just grab another purple from in here. I might make this just the tiniest bit bigger. Okay, I think it's done. It looks so cute. You can really personalize this however you like. So now I'm going to save it, but I do need to delete that template. I think it's this bottom one here in the layer section. I'll select on it, then hit delete on my keyboard. I'm going to bring that down just the tiniest bit more. I'll click on share, then I'll select download, and I want to save it as a PNG file. This went straight to my downloads folder, so here it is. What I'm going to do is go up to File and select Print. For some reason, under Scale, it does Scale to Fit. I want to do 100%. I also want to go down to media and quality, and I want to make sure I switch it to best. That makes a huge difference in the print quality. Then I can hit print. For my paper, I'm using needle labels. This is a super glossy waterproof. You can choose glossy or matte paper. I prefer the glossy look. This is actual sticker paper, so it has a backing that comes off that I'm just going to leave on. It's what I had on hand, so it's what I decided to use. But you might want to buy just regular glossy paper. It's going to be a little bit thinner and might be a little bit easier to work with. I did find one online that I haven't tested out, but it does look good, and I'll put a link down for that down in my description box. I place my paper in the printer glossy side down. It depends on your printer which way it prints. All you need for this is just a regular inkjet home printer. Here's what it looks like after it's printed out. I think it looks so good. So since this has a paper backing that I could remove to have a sticky side on the back, I could have added that to the chip bag, and I was a little nervous to do that because once I placed it down, it had to be kind of perfectly in line. I accidentally dropped my tape down, so you saw me having to take that back off and ripping a little bit of the paper. But I'm using double-sided tape, and I put it on the top and bottom, and then I decided to choose one side to put the tape on, and I'm putting it on that barcode side. Now I'm ready to add my chip bag. I have the backing facing up, and then I just fold my two sides over it, and I just try to make sure it's as even as I could get it. I'm just trying to make sure the top and bottom are lined up. It wasn't completely perfect, but not too bad, and then I just press down the center. Now I'm ready to tape down the ends. There was a little gap where there was no tape on both sides, so I went in and added just a little bit more of the double-sided tape. I tried to make sure my chip bag was in the center, and then I started with the top. I pressed the center down first and then worked my way outward. The bottom is a little bit trickier since the top is already sealed, but I just did the best I could and followed the same process. Now I'm ready to crimp the top and bottom. This is such a cool tool, and it makes it look like a real chip bag. It's awesome. What you'll do is place the paper in the center of the crimper. I struggled for just a second there, but once it's just barely in, you can turn that knob on the right and turn it clockwise, and it will pull it in. You'll want to pull it just to where that border is, and then just bring it back. Look how cool and simple that is. Now I'll just do the other side. I also bought these pinking shears to make it look even more realistic and also to clip off that white border on each side. For some reason, I made this way more difficult than it really should have been. I was just cutting it too much on the edge, so I still had some of that white showing. So I tried to go back in and redo it, and it was just a little uneven, and I don't know why. I struggled with this a little bit. Here's how it turned out. These are super cool. I cannot wait to make these for other special occasions, and it's really not as hard as it looks to put these together. I'll link Creative Fabrica Studio down in my description box. It is such a cool website and tool to use to create projects like this. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you've made this before or if you plan to make one, I would love to hear about it. And once again, I would love if you subscribe to my channel if you are new.